we're going to tell you 30 random facts about us.
Hey guys!
We're going to be doing another kind of unconventional video today. Guildbrook Farm, who you should check out, and we'll put a link below, called us out, and we actually thought that we were in trouble or something, and they were calling us out for something we had said wrong. But no, it was actually this fun game. So what they did is they shared a video where they gave 30 random facts about them. And it was really fun to get to know them better outside of just the homesteading realm. And you really should check them out. They are relatively, well, they say they're relatively new at homesteading. I believe them. But it's amazing what they've learned and what they've done in such a short amount of time. So here it goes. We're going to tell you 30 random facts about us. I dropped out of college 3 years after I got there. I was there on an art scholarship and gave it up. Because my art professors were kind of stifling my ability to paint. I was painting a lot more outdoors than I was in the classroom.
3 months after learning that home birth was a real thing that people did nowadays, I was confident and knew that I wanted to have a home birth, and I even went as far as having it without a midwife, and it was the coolest thing I've ever done, and I want to do it again. We haven't always lived this way. We used to live in a very conventional house. It was pretty awesome actually, but we're so glad that we moved here.
In high school, I participated in about 7 plays and musicals. I never got a lead role, even though I had wanted one, but I sure had fun being on the painting crew and set design.
For our second anniversary, I gave Trent a hammer. And the symbolism behind that hammer was that I was finally going to allow him, after 2 years of not letting him do anything to the house as far as remodeling or demolition, I was allowing him to go and make our house awesome.
I immediately started hitting the wall. It was awesome.
Before we moved here, I never was the person who cooked like any of the meals. Trent always cooked them, either that or we went out to eat. And so it's only recently that I've been cooking 3 meals a day from scratch. So that's pretty exciting whenever I remember how far I've come.
I was once commissioned to paint a 10-foot tall by 72-foot wide painting for the Heritage Museum portion of a living history farm. That was pretty fun. Took me about a month.
Music is a big part of our family. Every night we either have karaoke or a dance party.
Actually, our kids are really good at harmonizing too. It's really fun. We'll have a family band someday, I hope.
That'll be fun.
Awesome.
Babu.
Even when I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to be a mom. That was something that never changed my whole life. Even one time when my uncle asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I made up a fake career to own a bowling alley so that I could design the shoes. But really, I just wanted to be a mom.
Because you are.
Because I am. For 1 year, our whole entire family went off of processed sugars and white flour. It was an eye-opening experience.
We could taste food again.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
I didn't always have facial hair. I grew a beard and mustache for the first time about 5 years ago after getting the impression that people didn't take me seriously enough. They thought I was younger than I was.
I used to have an Etsy shop where I would sell my papier-mâché sculptures of little girl figurines, and I was approached by a talent scout prop specialist for Fox Movie Studios to be having my art in their movie. It ended up not working out because they were wanting to have the rights to my, so that I wouldn't be able to publish it in my portfolio, all the work that I did for them. Anyway, it ended up falling through, but it was a really cool, flattering situation to have them approach me.
My pocket knife. This is not the only knife I own. but it is the only one I have on me all the time. So it's my go-to homesteading knife. And it also starts the car.
When I was a teenager, I was a songwriter. Like pretty much all my free time where I wasn't either drawing or reading a book, I was writing music.
I once bought a car solely because it was large enough to sleep in and that it was less than $1,000. It lasted about 3 months.
Believe it or not, at one point in my life I promised that I would never homeschool my kids. Bless you! And I also vowed that I would never own a cow. I'm so glad I changed my mind.
I've had a lot of jobs, particularly when I was young and single. And I didn't hold a single one of those longer than 3 months until after I married Laura Jean. I didn't feel a need to stay with those, and I would have always rather have been painting. I prefer working for myself, and so that was always the goal.
When I was a teenager, I made a huge list of all the qualities my husband had to have. Then I read it after I met Trent, and he met every single one of them. He even plays the piano. When Trent and I were dating, I made him promise that he wouldn't kiss me because I knew that I would like it a lot. So I told him he wasn't allowed to kiss me unless I was the last person he ever kissed, and he did obey that rule. So that was pretty awesome.
Oh, was it like 3 days later I kissed you?
Yes.
We all knew what that meant.
Okay, come on.
Mine.
Believe it or not, there was once a time when foundations scared me. Also plumbing. Not anymore though. I've done plenty.
I loved photography ever since I was little, and a few years ago I practiced so hard so that I could get really good at tabletop photography and food photography, and I got so good that I felt like it was like an ultimate pro level. Once I figured I reached that level is when I stopped. I never even tried to go pro with it. It was just to see if I could do it.
I've always wanted to be part of a barbershop quartet. Or a Celtic band. I'd take that too.
Trent would tell me ideas, and he's always been a believer that you can pretty much do anything. He would give me these like, well, what if we do this? And I'd be like, but we don't know how to do that, so I guess we can't. But I don't think that way now, and I'm so glad.
For about 10 or 15 years even, I have always cut my hair on my own every time, without a mirror. You might think it's to save money, and it does save money, but it's mostly because I cannot stand waiting and sitting to get my hair cut. But if I'm doing it myself, I have something to do.
I'm kind of a rebel. I really like going against the grain when it comes to social norms and things that are just done because they've always been done that way. So that's kind of an insight into my sneaky self.
One time, we had to sell our pink paisley American-made Fender Stratocaster guitar just to make our house payment. We wish it hadn't had to come to that.
It was really cool.
You may have noticed that there's a pine tree in our living room, and there has been one since Thanksgiving. So it's been like 5 months now. So we've always wanted to have a living tree, a real actual live potted Christmas tree. And this year we finally did it, this past Christmas. And if we can afford it, we'll do it every year from now on, and then just plant it as soon as the ground is warm enough in the springtime.
We always use movie quotes.
Well, it's such a part of our family culture, you've probably seen a lot of them. If you happen to see them, point them out. It'll be a fun game. Another interesting fact is that Banjo's name is actually Evangeline, but Everett couldn't say it when he was little, when she was newly born. And so he called her Bangeline, and then it just got shortened to Banjo. We always call her Banjo.
Huh.
Okay, there you have it. 30 random things about us. I'm sure there are a lot of other things about us. Maybe even a lot more random. Okay, so now that we've done it, the rule states that we have to shout out to 5 other channels and issue them the same challenge. Okay, first one is Willow Creek Homestead, our really good friends, Trish and Jonah.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Totally check them out. They just got into a new adventure with some cows, which is pretty awesome.
Just got some little day-old
They're so
calves.
cute.
They're awesome. Yeah, really fun time to start following them. So go check them out. Okay, the next one is Homesteading. Now, these guys live in a city on a half acre.
They've really got some cool projects going on. They're building a greenhouse. They're fixing up their own house. Really cool people. Check them out. The next one is Teal House Farm. Sam and Laura have a really gorgeous house. Their videos are just really awesome, really high quality. We love watching their stuff.
In a lot of ways, they're a lot like we are, so that's fun.
Yeah.
All right, the next one is the Peasants Manor Farm. Kelsey actually lives really close to us.
He's just journeying out into the vlog world. He's been a blogger for a long time, writing for many different websites. They're all awesome. His farm is really fun. He's got a lot of really cute animals. He's got some potbelly pigs, absolutely adorable. And
Llamas.
he's just a really cool guy, really cool family.
And number 5 is Wholesome Roots. Now, a lot of people affectionately know her as the goat lady.
Yeah.
She just is kind of the go-to person for goats. And we've been watching her channel and just really enjoy her personality. By the way, all these people are people whose personalities we enjoy as much as their content. And so I think that's really important to point out. Okay, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Huh? Daddy. Daddy. Mommy.
Get your banana.
Mommy.
Hi.
You want to sit on Daddy's lap?
Come here.
Your banana?
Hey, Dad.
Don't touch it.